No signs of Osiris, but that doesn't mean he's gone. The search continues. He was last seen on Mercury.
What's going on, everybody? It's your rival here, and thanks for checking out this video. In this one I'll be getting into loads of Osiris secrets, as well as strike-specific loot drops. I'll also be discussing my new console giveaway at the end of this video for an early Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, present. So definitely be sure to stick around to the end. I'm sure a lot of you will love this. I guess to start with this video, I'm going to get on the topic about Osiris. This first one isn't really a secret, but we get to hear what he actually sounds like in-game on the Shrine of Oryx mission in Destiny 1. Check this out.
Listen to this, from an old warlock, Osiris.
Every end crawls from the same pit, rising from the schism to swallow matter, light, and life. It will not be stopped, but here it can be slowed. The shrines of Oryx must be destroyed.
So from that, in case some of you are wondering or completely forgot about this mission, we can hear what he is going to sound like. And in case you guys don't know, in the new upcoming DLC, Curse of Osiris, we'll be of course meeting him, and we'll also get to explore Mercury and its mysterious infinite forest. Anyways, next up, in case you guys didn't know, standing next to these radio devices, you can hear some pretty interesting secret dialogue from main story characters. Keep in mind there is no subtitles for this dialogue that can be heard from these radio devices, so you're going to have to actually listen in. But there is a dialogue specifically that I wanted to share with you guys. Of course, I haven't heard all of the dialogue that can be from these radio devices, but standing next to this one in the tower hangar, you can hear Zavala talk about Osiris being last seen on Mercury.
No signs of Osiris, but that doesn't mean he's gone. The search continues. He was last seen on Mercury.
I thought this was a pretty interesting little feature that Bungie decided to add in. It's cool to know that these aren't just here for looks. You can learn some interesting things from these. Sure, a lot of us already knew that Osiris was on Mercury by some of his lore and his hideout he had at the Lighthouse, which it definitely seemed like he was studying the Vex at his hideout here. Also, I just want to throw this out here. Some of you should try to keep your ears peeled around these radio devices and see if you can uncover anything else that can be said. There is a lot of hidden dialogue from these. For instance, yesterday I uploaded a video on some dialogue that can be heard talking about fallen alliances and a reef signal. If you want to go check out that video, I'll have a link down below in the description so you guys can go check that out. And keep in mind, these are located at every destination: Titan, Nessus, Io, and of course, as you guys saw here, the tower. So anyways, like I mentioned before, we will be exploring Mercury and its mysterious infinite forest. There isn't much about this infinite forest in game so far. However, you can find an interesting secret scannable located on Nessus in the Sunken Caverns area. You know, the place where we follow that friendly Vex Harpy around with all of the floating rocks. Well, near the end of it, you can find this room, and the scannable will be hidden down here. Who knows? I mean, we might be first traveling to Mercury by doing something specific on Nessus. Check out this secret scannable. It's a pretty cool little reference to the Endless Forest.
They sure put this one out of the way. I was able to access their network for 2 cycles before they booted me. All I got was something about endless trees, or forest? Weird.
Pretty sweet that Bungie added in a reference to the Infinite Forest, which once again is part of the upcoming DLC called Curse of Osiris. Like I was saying before, I wonder if we're going to be having to go to Nessus in order to make our way to Mercury. Like we have to do something specific at Nessus, because there's tons of Osiris scannables and references on the planetoid, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out here soon. Anyways, next interesting secret scannable that I wanted to take interest in this video is going to be located once again on Nessus in the Mist area. As you can see, this is the exact location for this scannable. And this area that it's located at is very interesting. As you can see here, these Minotaurs are holding up some kind of object that is projecting light down to this center platform. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be some kind of teleporter or something in the future. It does seem like it could be. Anyways, there is some crystals that are made from the same material as the Lighthouse on Mercury, and we can find this out by a secret scannable in this little room. The scannable is located right up here, hidden out of plain sight. I thought this was pretty interesting.
This crystal's made of the same material as the Lighthouse on Mercury. Remember the first time we went there? I wonder if it's still out there.
Yet again, another reference on Nessus to the Curse of Osiris DLC. Sure, this one doesn't speak of Osiris himself, but it talks about crystals that are made from the same materials that were on Mercury. Okay, so I have two more Osiris secrets that I want to share with you guys. The last one that I'll be sharing with you is the most interesting in my opinion. But for this next one, it'll be another scannable, and it will be located in the tower hangar. You just want to head in this direction, and then you're going to have to jump this gap right here. And once you jump this gap, the scannable will be these crates filled with books.
These crates are completely full of Vanguard history books. There are over 30 just focused on Osiris. He wasn't even the Warlock Vanguard for that long before Ikora, but it sure was a busy time.
Sure, probably a lot of you have already seen this scannable, but I just thought I'd add it in just because I'm on the topic of Osiris Secrets and whatnot. Last up with the Osiris Secrets in this video, I wanted to get into the adventure on Nessus called Deep Conversation. You know, the adventure where we trick the Vex into thinking we're one of them to learn more of their secrets. Anyways, at the end of this adventure, we learn that user Osiris ends up sending his regards. A lot of you may know Osiris is currently stuck in the Vex network, and I thought this was really interesting when I first heard this ending dialogue of this mission. Check this out.
Captain, I have identified multiple data-rich caches to plunder. I have created an unauthorized login for the friendly ghost. The Vex will believe he is one of them. Ideally, they will share their secrets.
That mind said one last thing as it died. It's afraid. Afraid of your light. The one thing in this galaxy it can't simulate. Probably old news to Ikora, but I'll ping the Vanguard.
Your query has terminated, Ghost. The Vex Collective hopes it has answered all of your questions. A user within the network named Osiris sends his regards.
Oh, Ikora definitely needs to know about that.
My mind was completely blown away when I first heard this. It seems Osiris was watching and knowing what we were doing the whole time. I cannot wait to hear some Vex secrets he ends up sharing with us in the new DLC. So lastly up in this video, I wanted to talk about strike-specific loots. It seems like a lot of the community has been on topic of this subject since day one, and there is still articles being made about this. Which pretty much the community is saying the strikes are feeling dry and less replayable. Like there isn't really any valuable rewards that we get from strikes besides the Nightfall. Sure, we may get some tokens from them, but there is no longer any strike-specific loot like there was in Destiny 1. And a lot of people miss that feeling, including myself. I mean, just literally Google Destiny 2 strike-specific loots, and you'll find tons of articles on this subject. I think this should be something Bungie should definitely consider adding in to make the community happy. I mean, I don't really see how difficult it could really be to make just a couple strike-specific loot drops, and it would definitely keep up the replayable aspect of the game. I believe the only way that we'll actually see this in game though is if they get plenty of requests from the community to do so. I decided to bring this up to get the ball rolling a little bit more. I know there already has been a lot of requests to get this in game, but I feel like, you know, me talking about this really couldn't hurt. If anything, it might expand more people to request it to Bungie. Hopefully, maybe after a while, we'll end up seeing some strike-specific loot drops in their new future content as an update. I mean, after all, they did announce that they heard the complaints about Iron Banner and are trying to fix that up for Season 2. They should also consider adding onto their priority list fixing up the strikes by adding specific loot drops from them. For instance, like the Grasp Malik pulse rifle people hunted for from the Omnigul strike in Destiny 1. But keep in mind, for those of you that didn't know, there wasn't only weapons that could be obtained from specific strikes. There was also specific armor that dropped as well. Okay, so like I mentioned before at the very beginning of this video, I'm going to talk about this new future huge giveaway that I'm about to be doing. What I'm going to do is give away a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox One, or a PS4. The winner gets to choose out of the three which one he or she ends up winning. Hopefully the person who ends up winning does an unboxing so I can prove that the giveaway was legitimate. As you guys can see, here are some of my previous winners for the consoles that I gave away in the past. Some people are saying these are like my cousins or something, which I don't even know these people in real life. They just participated in the giveaway and I ended up giving away the console. I don't see what's so hard to believe about that. I mean, hey, people are going to believe what they want to believe though. I can't stop that. All I know is in the end, I was being honest and truthful with myself. I know I wasn't lying. Sure, other people can be like, ah, no way he's that generous. He had to have given it to a friend or, you know, faked it somehow. But really I didn't. That's the only aggravating part I have to say. People that are saying I'm faking these when I'm actually being honest about them. I even made a video going on a rant about it, and the people who won, you know, the consoles from me commented in that video saying like they're from different states than me and everything else. But yeah, I'm going to be starting this giveaway as of today, and it'll be ending about 2 weeks to 3 weeks before Christmas actually happens. All you have to do if you want to participate in this is be sure to leave likes on my videos to show some support, and that's basically like a thank you to me for giving away something completely free. Also, subscribe if you haven't, and click that bell after you subscribe to stay notified. That would be greatly appreciated. And lastly, comment down below what console you would end up wanting and what your thoughts are about this video. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts about all of this. I'm out of here though, everybody. Thanks for taking time to watch and listen. And remember to stay safe out there and try to avoid sleeping in pee. It can get pretty nasty. Peace.